We're back, folks. Welcome to the channel. I am doing part 4 of the Women of Country Music, and it's courtesy of a gift from funRonni. Ronnie made the equivalent of 6 gifts to the channel for me to do a reaction to a 90-minute or so special on the women in country music that was done in 1993. So you're going to see some artists that you grew up with that you knew very well. Many of them like very, very young. And because that was 32 years ago. So now we're going into, this is part 4 of 6. I might decide to add an extra part to it just to break them down, but I might leave it at 6. We'll see. Anyway, Women of Country Music, part 4. Ronnie, thank you again, my dear, for this and your involvement in the channel. And you got a big birthday coming up at some point soon. And you're quite the thinker. I could spot him a mile away.
Women weren't supposed to know anything about the business. Women weren't supposed to have that many artistic ideas.
There were probably a lot of great women's songs floating around, but they didn't have the right connections to get anywhere.
Right.
We were told women didn't sell. And I couldn't believe it then because there was Peggy Lee, there was Patty Page, there was Joni James. What are they talking about?
Probably the woman who embodied the Nashville sound more than anyone was Patsy Cline. Absolutely.
Now someone else will hold you just the way I used to do. How can I face tomorrow when I know I'm losing you?
The cry and the catch in the voice was genuine, and it was part of her deal. You believed what she sang. You believed the emotion that she was talking about. She had a style that was all her own, still is.
She could sing it country. She could sing it pop. She could yodel. She could do anything with her voice she wanted to and do it perfection.
One night, I had just finished listening to her sing, and I went in to change clothes, and the door flew open, and in walked Patsy. And she had on this cowgirl outfit with the fringe and the boots and stood there with her hands on her hips, and she said, "Well, you're a conceited little SOB. You just waltz in here and do your spot and do your song and waltz out." And she says, "You don't say hello, kiss my foot, or anything to anybody." And I said, "Now, wait just a minute. When a newcomer comes to town, it's the people that live there that make them feel welcome. Then a damn soul made me feel welcome here." And boy, she backed up and she laughed. When she laughed from here, you know, all the way up, and you could hear her a block away. She says, "You know, you all right, honey." I said, anybody that'll talk back to the Klein is all right. She says, "And we're gonna be good friends."
The Klein.
I think Patsy was probably the first strong-headed woman in country music. It was like, she is not going to take nothing off nobody. And I think we all admire that in Patsy. But there was a soft side of Patsy, too, that came out in the ballads, which I think we all would like for people to read us, I think, the way we read Patsy. I'm looking for something in red, something that's shocking to turn.
They didn't come much prettier than Lori.
Strapless and sequined and cut down to their stockings and garters and lace underwear, the guaranteed number to knock a man dead. I'm looking for something red. Looking for something in white, something that shimmers in soft candlelight. Everyone calls us the most perfect pair. Should I wear a veil or a rose in my hair? Where the train must be long and the waist must be tight.
really nice voice, Lori did.
I'm looking for something in blue.
Yep.
Something real tiny, the baby's brand new. He has his father's nose and his chin. We once were hard lovers, now we're more like friends. Don't tell me that's just what old married folk do. I'm looking for something new. I'm looking for something in red, like the one that I wore when I first turned his head. Strapless and sequins and cut down to there, just a size larger than I wore last year.
Oh yeah.
The guaranteed number to knock the man dead. I'm looking for something, I gotta have something. I'm looking for something in red.
That wasn't even distinctly country. That could have been played anywhere. That's beautiful. What a transition.
I started noticing a difference in our crowd in the middle 50s. They were doctorates from Georgetown University. Some guy said, y'all playing some folk songs? Daddy said, well, I guess it is folk music. We're folks, ain't we? I won't forget that.
The folk revival in the 60s gave a whole new life to the traditional performers of country music.
It was really exciting because they thought basically they were forgotten about, and it wasn't the case. And their music still lives on today.
I got a man, he's talking man, he's talking man. I can't be free, and if they tell me to let him be the crime, I plead guilty and serve out my time. I got
It was the first time that I realized the impact my grandmother had on music. My grandmother came on stage and they introduced her and she walked out and she didn't say a word or touch an instrument and she got a standing ovation.
She said, I can't believe this. And they
Wow.
would come up and say, can we just touch you? You know, to our mother. And so I thought it was just really beautiful.
Yeah.
They did that.
Well, the folk era was wonderful for dragging up a lot of those old songs that all of us could sit around and sing and play.
I think so much of folk music, and that's a term that's very hard to define nowadays also.
Yeah.
But I think that is music with a conscience.
The person that comes to mind to me immediately is Joan Baez. And I think because of Joan's strength in what she had to say as well, she was not just a musician, she was a spokesperson for the generation. And I think that was very valuable.
I may have to do some Joan Baez.
For a woman to be in that role.
The women of that folk revival were the first women to really step out and make their feelings known in their music and in production.
Listening to Judy Collins and Joni Mitchell and, you know, the words and the melodies were so important at that time.
In country music, it seems to be the last place that you can hear the lyrics and you can remember them and you can even sit down if you'd like and play them.
I have said that. I'm so glad she said. I can't believe somebody else said that, but I have been championing that perspective about traditional and what it means to me. Like why non-pop country doesn't do it for me I mean, if you're going down the road and blah, 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 okay, for a little bit, but I like depth. I like meaning. I like thought. I like seeing the thought that goes into things. I like room to breathe. Like when the instrumentation goes along and gives the lyrics and lyricist room to breathe, room to think, room to feel, the spaces in between just to feel the stories going on, to think, and they respect the listener. That's what it is. That genre, this genre, traditional, including folk, including bluegrass, but especially traditional, and I incorporate folk in that, gives that it respects the listener. It assumes a certain measure of intelligence on behalf of the listener and that the listener will get it. But they give you room. They respect you enough to say, we're going to give you some time to think about this. Yeah, she just said it basically.
For me, the joy is finding the ones that really have something to say. And those are the ones that live on for me night after night after night. And when I get really, really lucky, I find one that keeps teaching me a lesson over and over again.
Yeah.
Every night when I sing it, according to what's going on in my own life.
Right on. Personal. What a hairdo.
Friends I could count on one hand, with a leftover finger or two. I took them for granted, let them all slip away.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Now where they are, I wish I knew. They roll by just like water,
Reminds me of Lighter Shade of Pale.
and I guess we never learn to go through life parched and empty, standing knee deep in a river and dying of thirst. Sometimes I remember sweethearts I've known. Some I've forgotten, I suppose. One or two still linger. Oh, and I wonder now
Voice.
why I haven't let them go. They roll by just like water, and I guess we never learn. We go through life parched and empty, standing knee deep in a river, dying of thirst. So the sidewalk is crowded, the city goes by, and I rush through another day, and a world full of strangers turn their eyes to me. I just look the other way. They roll by just like water, and I guess we never learn to go through life parched and empty, standing knee deep in a river and dying of thirst.
I love that line. Part of me, Ronnie, too, is torn because I know there's a documentary about the women. I'm listening to the songs and I want to dissect the songs, parse the songs, talk about the songs. I reacted to this one and I loved it. I was moved by it and still am. The notion of friends, about going through life, about caring for others. And I don't know. Every experience should teach us something, but I guess in many ways, maybe it shouldn't be a conscious process, although sometimes it has to be to undo some of the damage that's been done to you in life, or maybe not you personally, but the generic you, or that's been done to you or you've done to others, and just ways in which you've wanted to change. And she's talking about the formal process of recognizing others. Now she walks by strangers, but she was a stranger in a sense, or even made strangers of friends. Standing knee deep in a river, but dying of thirst. Like, there's all these people around me I could be friends with, I could care about. They could care about me. But I guess there's only so much time.
You love me and it's inviting to go where life is more exciting. But I was raised on country sunshine.
Dottie West was one of the most fascinating people I've ever known. In fact, Dottie tried to encourage me to move to Nashville before I did. And I remember one time I said, Dottie, I don't know enough yet to move to Nashville. I'm not ready. And she said, Jeannie, where do you think you learn it? You learn in Nashville.
You see evidence of her, what she left us today, in people like Steve Wariner and Larry Gatlin, and helping them get their careers, on their way. I mean, Mom was just good at recognizing the talent, and maybe if it helped to buy him a plane ticket to town or something, if that's what it took, then she would do that. She would reach out.
In the 1960s, there were 3 women that came along and changed everybody's idea about what a woman country music star was about. Loretta, Dolly, and Tammy. They don't need last names.
Exactly. Now's about due.
Loretta Lynn certainly came along and just said it. I mean, she just spit it out exactly the way she saw it.
You either have to be first, great, or different in this business to make it. And I was the first to ever go into Nashville telling it like it was and singing it like the women lived it.
And I can't equate anybody else with somebody like Loretta Lynn. And it's almost like that song that Maria Muldaur did with the jug band, I'm a woman, I can go in and cook my man up some grits, and then I can kiss him and give him the shivering fits, because I'm a woman, we do it all.
When I first came to Nashville, I would be on stage and realize in the middle of a song I was singing on the same show as Loretta Lynn, and I'd just forget my words and just have to quit and start over.
She came to town with twice the amount of kids I came to town with. So I don't know how in the world she made it. And she did a lot of driving in a car with her kids in the car in Mooney. So it was very tough for her, and I just think she's been a very spunky lady to have hung in there like she has.
Jolene, 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 oh, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
I don't think there's a better singer nor writer anywhere than Dolly. And I think she's as talented as anyone I have ever known, anyone I've ever met.
And Dolly's a genius. She's a very bright, smart businesswoman, as well as a great performer and a great entertainer, and she's probably one of my very favorite songwriters.
I was lucky enough to get to sing on her new record.
Pretty.
I was probably 2 feet away from her, and she started singing, and my eyes just, filled up with tears, and I turned into this basket case because, that's what heaven sounds like. Dolly Parton singing is what heaven sounds like.
Allison sounds like an angel.
I remember the first time I heard Tammy sing, and my mouth just fell open.
She just always looked so perfect and sang so great. And I could remember thinking, someday when I grow up, that's what I want to be.
Our D-I-V-O-R-C becomes final today.
I did that one.
It seemed like the older I got, the more her older songs meant to me. And I definitely have to say she was my biggest role model. Of course, there's always Loretta and Patsy, but Tammy's the one that really stuck out in my mind.
Well, all of these ladies are still on the road and still vital forces in country music. In fact, this year marks Tammy Wynette's 25th anniversary of being a superstar.
Wow. So would be 53 today. What delineates or designates one as a superstar? Induction of the Opry?
I'll never let you see the way my broken heart is hurting me. I've got my pride and I know how to hide all the sorrow and pain.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
I'll do my crying in the rain.
Good line.
If I wait for cloudy skies, you won't know the rain from the tears in my eyes.
Wow.
You'll never know that I still love you so, though the heartaches remain. I'll do my crying in the rain. Raindrops falling from heaven will never wash away my misery. But since we're not together, I'll wait for stormy weather to hide these tears I hope you'll never see.
Wow.
Someday when my crying's done, I'm gonna wear a smile and walk in the sun. I may be a fool, but till then, darling, you never see me complain.
Yeah.
I'll do my crying in the rain.
I understand this way
I'll
too
do my
well.
crying in the rain. I'll do my crying in the rain.
It's gotta feel so good to get a standing O. Wow. Just wow. All right, I'm going to leave that one there, but I reflect on how information gets into us. Like comedians have special entree into getting stories, if they want social issues into us, because our guard is down and we're allowing it as humor, as long as it doesn't come across like as bitter or just some other way. But comedians, it's just a sort of form of information exchange where your guard's down. As long as they can make you laugh, they can get the messages into you. If they're into that, usually they just want to make you laugh. That's the big part of it. But music is probably the biggest conduit of information because people consume it all the time and our guard is down. We're just listening to songs, but it gets in us and it can alter us. It can inform us. It can lie to us. It can do all these things, but it can make us think and feel. And a song, like this will just inform us that somebody might be suffering silently. And how do you, that's why therapists and counselors and life coaches say that communication is vital. How you communicate is vital. But songs get a lot of information into us, and traditional and folk, as they said, just communicate. Western just communicates to us in ways that allow us to breathe and take it in. So this is part 4. Thank you, Ronnie, for this one. And I hope you enjoy that. I sure as heck am enjoying this. I just learned so much. So there you go. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you on another video, and keep rocking the country.
Sometimes I remember sweethearts I've known.